So apparently I didn't reach my temperature by putting in everything I had in there and into here. I think I raised the temperature maybe 10-12 degrees to about 133, 134, which is way below the 149 I needed. So I had to pull another decoction, actually. Kind of sucks. I actually pulled probably more than I pulled last time, realizing that, you know, the mass of what's in here now is much larger than the first decoction. So that's just my mistake. There's no real guide for that. I mean, every video I see says just grab a little bit less than the time before, and you know, maybe it's a judgment call. Maybe there are calculators out there, but my mistake. So add another 40 minutes, maybe an hour to my process, which kind of sucks. But what can you do? So I moved everything from my pot into my mash tun, and it barely got me to 150. So I'm guessing that the 1 quart per pound of grist rule really applies to this step, which is the step from the protein rest to the sack. So right now we're at this point essentially right here where we're supposed to be doing the sack rest. I'm not going to do the third decoction for mash out, just because I did that extra decoction to get up to temperature here, and at this point it is basically, you can't really see it. Yeah, it's midnight essentially, and I started at 6:30 or 6:45, so I still have to do my boil and cool down, all that good stuff. So right now, heating my Sparge water. Just put that on so it's, you know, cold. And there is the wort in the mash tun. So kind of stirring that up once in a while at this point. But really, I mean, not really a whole lot I have to do with that. So I will take that water once I reach temperature. I will put it in the one on the bottom, the lauter tun, and then I'll set these up using this this bucket, so that I've got like a 3-tier system from the stovetop to the mash tun to my pot, which I'll put on the floor. And this will be the first time I plan on doing any sort of I think they pronounce it vorloffing. So I'll be taking sort of my initial runnings in a pitcher until it's clear. That way that the grain bed in the mash tun settles first, and I stop getting the particles from the grain. Other than that, at this point, I haven't done anything with my yeast. I usually don't, so I'm okay with that. I'm sure people are probably kind of curious what's going on with that. No plans to change that for now. I could technically right now take this probably and put it in my flask with that, but I don't know. I'm just a big fan of finishing the beer first, because that's going to go into the beer eventually anyway, so I'd rather it just be the final product. I did take a quick reading with my refractometer probably about 15 minutes ago with what was in the pot, and it was way high, like 1.092, which is 5 points above the target. I'm not saying necessarily that's what it's going to end up at, but the fact that stuff is already at that, and it's also going to boil off when I boil it, my efficiency might be amazing at this point, so we'll see. So things are looking good, but it is after midnight at this point, and it is going to be a late night, and I am going to continue to enjoy my 1050. I forgot to mention tonight was kind of special because I got a shipment of these 1-liter flip-top bottles that I ordered after Christmas. I got some gift certificates, so these are going to be super helpful. I've been capping my own. I had growlers, or I've been capping my own bottles, and it's really just a pain. So these are going to be great, because the growler's too much. These are perfect, and resealable. Also, want you to meet Bruno. He is my assistant brewmaster. He is getting tired at this point, but we all are. So, do you hear a train? Is that a train? Yeah. All right, so I've heated my water to strike temp at this point and put it in my lauter tun. I've got my mash tun here with my mash, and then I've got my boil kettle down at the bottom. So this is sort of my homemade 3-tier system. I've just got that one on a fermentation bucket. So first I'm gonna run some of the mash out of this for the Vorlauf to settle the bed, get it running clear first, make sure there's no sediment coming out. That'll make it so that the grains are acting as a filter and get like a really clear runnings when they come out. So what I'll do is I'll pour off maybe a gallon and a half. That's how long it will usually take, and then pour that back into the top. And once I've done that, I will start taking my runnings, putting them into the pot, and then I'll start my Sparge. It's a fly Sparge with a very basic nozzle that came with the kit. So first, the Vorlauf. Okay, so just for the ease of taping here, this is going to run down into this little pitcher here. It's really just a measuring cup, but it's a big measuring cup. So what we'll see at first is really thick runnings. You know, there's going to be clearly a lot of sediment in there, and you can already kind of see it floating around. So I'll fill this up and then pour it back in and keep running it until it's a bit clearer. Alright, so I ran it through the large measuring cup about 4 or 5 times. Definitely started getting a clearer liquid, so that's what I was looking for essentially. And so I'm going to just open my valve here about halfway, start filling up here, and then I'm just going to attach my Sparge hose here. Okay. And you can see kind of, this is just a very simple, not really Sparge arm, I don't know what you call it really, but it just breaks the water up. Instead of having one constant stream into the water, if you have this on at least a medium pressure, it'll spray out to the sides. So let me see if I can get this as I turn the valve on. See if I have enough pressure to get it to spray out. Yeah, so that's kind of what it's supposed to do. That's a little fast, but it gives you an idea of what it's going to do. So I'll turn it down the pressure a little bit, and we'll keep collecting our runnings. All right, so we're about halfway full here. Still running, great color. Getting down to the grains in here. Running the Sparge. Pretty light still, because I'm still getting some really good runoff. So just trying to keep it kind of, the grain bed kind of even at this point. I think with the decoction, it seems like I'm just going to get pretty much 6.5 gallons of that color, which is great. I was expecting maybe some light runoff at the end, but I guess it really works. It's kind of worth the effort. So hopefully we're working with that to start, which would be excellent.